Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss the chapter Industries in India, and this is the third and the last video on this chapter. And in the previous video we have already discussed the importance and classification of industry and agro based industry, and today we are going to discuss the mineral based industry, and this video is completely dependent upon the latest reduced ICSE syllabus. And students, the link of the previous videos is already given in the description. You can go through it. So students, without any further ado, let's continue with the video. So first industry we are going to discuss is the iron and steel industry. Now this is one of the most important major mineral based industry because it is the backbone of industrialization. It is also termed as key industry or basic industry because almost all the other industries are directly or indirectly dependent on it. In 2019, India became the second largest producer of steel in the whole world after China, and even the production and the consumption of iron ore is an indication of the country's progress, of the country's economic growth. Okay, since from a small safety pin to the large ships, it is made out of iron and steel. Okay, so iron and steel industry also required a huge amount of bulky raw materials like iron ore, manganese, limestone, coal, okay, and other raw materials like power, chips, labor supply, cheap mode of transport network. So because all those kinds of requirements are abundantly found in the Chota Nagpur plateau area, because of which the concentration of iron and steel industries are also more in these areas. Now the term pig iron, it is the finished product which is derived after smelting or melting of iron ore mixing with cooking coal and limestone in the steel plants. Okay, so after that what happened is the manganese are added to the pig iron in order to produce steel, and it will give more toughness to the steel also. Iron and steel industries are classified in two types, integrated and mini steel plants. Let us see the difference between them. Integrated steel plants. These are the largest steel plants where the smelting and melting of iron ore is done under one unit. Mini steel plants, they are the smaller scale of steel plants. And in the integrated steel plants, the basic raw materials like iron ore, coal, and limestones are used. In the mini steel plants, the byproducts or like the steel scrap or the sponge iron is used. Now integrated steel plants, they use the blast furnace. Mini steel plants, they use the electric furnaces. So integrated steel plants, they are concentrated near the raw material zone, and mini steel plants, they are decentralized, present scattered all over the country. There are more than 600 mini steel plants in our country. Now some of the major integrated steel plants like Tata, which is present in Jamshedpur, or it is also called Tisco, and set up in 1907, and it is a private sector, and it is the oldest steel company in India. And students, as you have seen here, I have provided you with the list of the raw materials, okay, requirements used in the iron and steel industry, and the places from where it's obtained is raw material. Next important is the Vilai iron and steel industry, which is present in the Durg district of Chhattisgarh. Okay, and it is one of the biggest steel plant in India, which was set up in collaboration with USSR in the year 1953. Similarly, students, I have provided the list of the requirements over here, and the area from where it procure its requirement has also been mentioned, so please go through it once. Next important integrated steel plant is the Visakhapatnam steel plant, and why it is very important is because it is support with the unique sea port facility also. Okay, and it was commissioned in the year 1992. As similarly, here also I have provided you the list of the requirements, and the area from where it procure its requirement has also been mentioned. Students, please go through it and note it down. Another important and the largest growing mineral based industry is the petrochemical industry, and varieties of products are obtained through these petrochemical industries like plastic, grease, synthetic fibers, synthetic rubber, adhesive, fertilizers, insecticides. Okay, and the one of uh, the best thing in the petrochemical industry is the the byproducts of the petrol or LPG or your coal, okay, those are utilized as a raw material in the petrochemical studies. Okay, so as a result here, the wastages of those or the petrol industry or the oil refineries are also being utilized over here. So because of it, the petrochemical industries are located very near to the petroleum refineries centers. Now let us see some of the advantages of petrochemical industries. Mass production of the substitute is possible at a short period of time. Okay, now if you want to produce synthetic fibers, it can be produced at a very short notice. But for example, the organic fibers like cotton or jute, long growing season, and plus the long processing time is also there. That problem does not exist in the synthetic fibers. Next is the alternative. Those substitutes are also much more cheaper again to the natural products, like polyester to the cotton and the PVC pipes to the steel pipes are much more cheaper than the natural products. Now another one is, they, as I already said, the best thing of the petrochemical industries, they make the better use of crude petroleum and its byproducts. Okay, the wastages of those oil refineries or the coal or the natural gas, they are utilized as a raw material in petrochemical industry, which is the major advantage of this industry. Again students, I have provided here with you the list of centers of petrochemical industries in our country and their specialization. For example, the Indian Petrochemical Industry Limited in Vadodara in Gujarat, they specialized in the production of polymers, organic chemicals and the polyester fibers. Similarly, there are other centers and the specialization, please go through it. Next, the very important, largest and the fastest growing industry in India is the electronical industry, and it is the consumer industry where the products are directly used by the consumers. Okay, so over here the electronical industry shares a large GDP in our country, income also, as well as it also provide a large amount of employment facilities also. Okay, so the electronical industry has a greater scope and the brighter future in India. Similarly, in students, I have provided here the centers of electronical industries in India with their specialization. So I request you to go through it once and note it down also. And students, if you find this video quite informative, then please like and share and comment on the video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel also. Thank you for watching.